I was just thinking to the last game, right? I saw the placements for the last game. There were 4 people with 5.5 points, and that's how. So, well, there was 3 people with 5.5, and there was 1 person with 6. But basically, if you're over the other, like if you place higher than the 6th guy, then you'll beat them anyway. So basically, 4 people were tied, right? And it was like tied for 5th. Like, so essentially, whoever did the best in that final lobby makes it out of those 4 players. And I was just like, I put myself in the position where I needed to win this next lobby. So I was pretty like, ugh, what am I doing? So this is my options. I'm like, do any of them win? Because I need to win. I have to beat 3 other players essentially. So basically, you need a win or like at least top 2 to even have a chance. So I'm like, what can give me top 2? Zephyrus. Maybe I triple into something really good. And then like I start the game and I'm just like, what's going on? 3 people are dead. I'm just like, oh, someone didn't make it. And I was like, I had a token start. I was like, oh, this is maybe fine for me. Token start Zephyrus, like I could maybe do it. This is a pretty decent Zephyrus lobby. Beast Ellie's in. Is there a bracket for the tournament? There is, but they don't show it. It's only on the Discord server. I can give you like the this was my my round, and maybe I could give you the other round so you can see the people that made it in. But that was particularly my round. Yeah, so we ended up having to redo it. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll get a better hero, right? Because like Zephyrus isn't like the nuts hero. So I'm just thinking, okay, better hero, please. All right, just give me a good hero. One game, good hero. I just need to win this one game here. And I'm just like, oh God, like this is my options. I was like, I lost. It's over. How is someone missing? Yeah, his game crashed. So it didn't enter, yeah. So I was just like, it's over for me. This is it's donezo. Like, I have to choose between any Omu, Edwin, Drek, Thar. I haven't played a single Drek Thar game this since the change. But I don't think a 0 armor Omu is gonna do any better. And Inni and Edwin are not my type of heroes. I mean, none of these are my type of heroes, except for Omu maybe, but like I think Omu's like fallen off anyway, so I go for Drek Thar. Mechs are in. I was like, maybe I can do something with Drek Thar here. It's rough though. I mean, there's not a lot going for me. But okay, I got Imprisoner start. At least for Drek Thar, that's like decent. I can maybe get some attack. And then here, I'm just like, there's nothing here I want, so I don't want to like roll and then whiff and then I'm super behind, so I just level here. The opponent gets double Ellie start, which is like really good. I can understand the staying on 1 for that. This lobby was so weird, no, because everyone was, dude. You know the reason why? 4 players were tied for 5th. Essentially, 4 players were tied for 5th. So what happened was everyone needed to win. Everyone was going for the win. So they all were like building, trying to win, and they all whiffed. And then everyone's like just trying to scramble because you don't want to be last. Everyone's just like scrambling, trying to get there, trying to find a win. I do agree. No one did anything for sure. So here I'm just like, I'm not leveling to 3. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So I'm like, I need to find some type of token unit so I can start getting some attack, right, for the rest of my units. So I'm like, this isn't good enough. I was thinking about maybe getting the 2/4 here, but I'm just like, that doesn't really do what I like. What this hero does, like this Tad doesn't. It's just economy. I don't need it, and it's not clean economy. Maybe if I wrote this last shop, then yeah, I would take it. But here it doesn't. Okay, I found something. Okay, I found something. And I was thinking, do I want a 2/1 or do I want a 3/3? I ended up going for the 3/3. I actually think the 2/1 is probably better, but it doesn't really matter. Here, so The Lich Bazaar is like, trying to kill me here and deal 6 to me, whatever. All right, so here I'm looking at these, right? Buy 8 minions, buy 8 Murlocs or Elementals, add 12 cards to your hand. And the bribe is like kind of good sometimes, but it's sometimes hard to do. And you sometimes play weird if you don't have like good scaling for bribe. So like if you have like Elementals or like Nomi, that's like nutty. And stuff like that. Like Kobolds can be nutty, Nagas can be nutty. But none of those were in, so it wasn't. Demons could also be pretty good as well, right? If you can get like early Felbat or something. So there are some synergies, but there weren't any like good ones here. And then Yogg-tastic, like playing 3 Murlocs or Elementals. I'm playing Thar. Like that's the best quest, but I'm playing Thar, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, there's no tokens with Murlocs or Ellie, so I'm just like throwing my hero power away to do that. And I was just like, Tiny Henchman's the only thing that's like playable. It's also the easiest to complete. So I was just like, maybe I'll just commit to that Tiny Henchman. But I was really thinking about this one because like it doesn't feel good to play Tiny Henchman here, but I'm like, it's like I'm looking at this. If I pick this, I pretty much need to pick this 3/3 Murloc over the other 2 Death Rattle minions. It just doesn't make sense. You're throwing your game away to do that. So I'm just like, I guess I'll just go Tiny Henchman. Like, it's not a great quest reward, but like the others probably throw the game harder. Like, it's better to not have a quest and at least play your hero power and do something, and then to like throw it away. So I go for the double tokens, which is like way better. So now we can start getting some scaling on our minions. So initially I was unhappy that I lost, but then this guy was at 1, so I was like, I'm taking 2. I don't care. It's whatever. Then here I just level take a token, like nothing confusing. Positioning, I'm like trying to manipulate getting some stats on this Imprisoner because I don't want a 2/2 Imprisoner. Oh. That's okay. So normally you level take a token here, but I was looking at my quest and I was like, you know what? I want to complete this quest instantly. And what's the best way to complete this quest instantly? I'm gonna stay down. I'm gonna buy 3 into both times. I'm gonna complete this quest. So actually, I did something very weird this turn. Hey Matsuri, thanks for the raid. I'm going over my games here. Hey, thank you. So I actually did something very weird. I ended up double buying, double selling, and then buying again. So what happens here, I go from 2 to 5, and then next turn I'll sell double buy. And then I'll pop the tiny henchman super early. So I stay on 2. I don't level. Normally I'd level here, but I'm thinking I want this henchman. It's +9/+9 every turn. That's a lot of tempo. I want to win this lobby, but I also don't want to die. So I'm thinking just get the tempo going, and then I'll figure it out. Like once I get this +9/+9 every turn for free, I'll figure out what to do. Fortunately, Drektar is actually doing something here. Like this is a hero I don't think like does a lot, but Drektar is actually doing something, so at least that feels pretty good. I don't know what happened. I pressed some button and it went to next, but I can click right where we are. Now next turn I get this triple in the shop, so I'm thinking, okay, that's actually something I can use, right? I got this triple here, but it's awkward, right? Because I want to triple buy. Here, and I don't want to buy the triple. I don't want a 3-drop, right? I don't want to, like, what am I doing with a 3-drop? I want a 4. So I'm thinking, okay, how do I get this to work here? Because if I triple buy and I buy this this 3/2, I eat the 2/2, so I can't do that. So I'm just like, they made it awkward for me, and it was a bit rough. I was like, what did I do? So I actually come to the conclusion: did I qualify? I did qualify. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming. Let me be honest. I wouldn't still be here. If I didn't qualify, like I'd be in bed. I wouldn't be talking. I'd be like, I'd be like, my day is ruined. I'm going to bed. Let me get some. I'd be miserable in the sleep. Maybe I wouldn't even be asleep. I'd just be miserable and awake. But I made it. So, trick question. Of course I did. But I go for what I end up doing is I buy this muck, but I don't play it, right? Because if I play it, I eat my thing, right? And I don't want the triple, so I don't buy the triple, but I don't want to play the muck because I don't want to eat it or and then lose the triple, so I just hold it in my hand. And I think it's fine. I'm getting +9/+9. It should be fine. That's a lot of tempo. And I just need a position to kind of spread the attack buffs because you can see the attack buffs are kind of focused on the first 3 minions, right? So I want to put the weaker ones to the back so they can get some attack. This opponent like hit some crazy like I guess he tripled the leaper. Yeah, he tripled the leaper, right? So everything has so much attack. And I'm just like, ooh, that's bad for me. Like so much attack on everything, but I am gaining attack, right? So my tokens are actually doing some work because they are gaining attack. So it's not even as rough as it looks, right? Like, oh, look, my token has 2 attack, my token has 3 attack. And I end up winning this fight, and I was like, oh, it just didn't look like a win at all. But Drek actually coming in clutch with the token buffing there. So pretty good fight for us there. And you can see, look at the stats. Like I wanna see if I can go back one turn and just kind of see the difference in stats. Right, you 7-6-6-2-3, 7-6-6-2-3-2, right? And after one fight, 10-7-7-6-6-8, right? So like things got a ton of attack in one single turn here. Imagine a lobby legend game where your best hero available is the curator. Yeah, I had something like that too. It's rough, for sure. Okay. I was so scared here, dude. The last lobby legends, I had this very similar situation, and it ate the 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5. I know, it's just like, and then it's so annoying. So I was so scared. I was like, is it gonna happen again? Do I lose lobby legends because I lose this 1 out of 4? Because I was thinking, I could just sell the Murloc and play down a unit and do it next turn. But you're so much weaker, you'll take more damage, and it's just like not a great spot to be in if you're so scared that you can't like go for this 75%er. So I just go for the mind muck. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna do it. I close my eyes. I couldn't watch. I just close my eyes. I play it down. I see what happens. Okay, it's still there. Whew. Like game's not over for me. So I was just like, okay. We're fine. I was a little bit worried. But here, this Janice had this evil twin with the Murlocs, but like this matchup is like really good for us, right? I have so much attack on all of my minions, so I like cleanly win this fight. Bad for the Janice, right? Like I'm still at 37, like that's really healthy, right? But you can see like that's the power of getting that tiny henchman early, that +9/+9, like just over time outpacing some of the other players' board states. So here I go, I sell my Murloc. I'm like, I don't want the Murloc. All right, and I'm like, finally, it's every 6-drop this whole qualifier has been trashed. Every 6-drop, I'm like, give me a buster. Just a bust one game, and then I'm just like, what is this? Once again, this whole qualifier, every 6-drop has been bad, or at least the first 6-drop. Every single game has been bad. It's just so rough. It's so rough. I'm like, come on, every game. I just want to win. I need to win this lobby. I have to be at least top 2, but most likely I have to win because there's 4 people tied. in fifth spot. I'm in fifth right now. 4 people are tied with fifth. So if there's 3 other players that if they place higher than me, they qualify, and I'm in fifth, so I also have to do well. So I basically need to be top 2, and then the person in front has to be not one of the other 3, or other 4. There's actually 5 people, right? It's me and 4 others. So yeah, 4. So I need to win these games, and they're giving me Mantic Queen. And I'm just like, I guess so. Right, Mantic Queen by far the best here. I can't really use Murk-Eye that well, and then Guard does nothing. So, and I have 3 types. So at least, no, I have 2 types, right? No, I have 3 types. So I have 3 types. So I'm like, okay, that's my direction, I guess. You like to record your games and just commentate? Yeah, but it's a lot of effort to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's more effort than playing, because I have to think about what just happened. What am I thinking about? What I would do? All these like little things where when I'm playing, it's like focus on the game. Here I have to focus I have to talk about the situation, and then also like talk about my play, and then talk about what's better. It's like so much more effort. I don't know how Shitty does it all the time. But yeah. Anyways, I like doing it for tournament games usually, because I'm not memeing in tournament games most of the time. If I'm like, I have memed in tournament games, but that's because I'm like so ahead and there's no chance. So it doesn't matter if I lose. But those are rare. Usually it's hard. So in tournament games, I'm like actually trying to play well. Even though I didn't really play super well in every game. Like I had like some games I played well. Like I'd say this game I played pretty well. Like pretty well given my options. And then like the Scabs game right before I didn't play well at all. You know, and then the Yogg game I didn't play well at all. Well, that one's more arguable, but the Scabs game was like atrocious. So there's a lot to learn here, where some ladder games are just like I pressed my face on the keyboard and I won, like, or I played really well and the opponent high rolled me and I lost. Like it's not as serious. Where here you can actually like there's a lot to take from some of these games. Refined Scab is difficult to play for sure. But I don't know. I play a lot of Scabs, so it's like a fairly comfortable hero for me. But I can see the difficulty for this hero. And there's this Drek Thar hero power, like in Demon Mech lobbies, is actually doing a lot of work. Demon Mech Beast lobbies, like Drek Thar is probably like just good. There's so many tokens and you can really just abuse it. So here I'm like, I have no direction, right? I have absolutely no direction. I wanted a Buster and then I could play Buster comp, right? Like, and that's actually really strong, but like the game doesn't want me to have good 6s at all. So I'm just like, what do I do? And I see this juggler, I see this Murloc stuff. I'm like, well, Murloc's another type, you know, it's another type. Like, I guess I'll take that. So I just grab this. I don't think juggler with one demon does anything, so I skip that. I'm on 5, right? So I could also hit like a mama bear or anything. The 2/5 is too late. Can't grab that here. And then here I'm like looking at this. And I'm like, oh, there's a leaper angle right here. There's a leaper angle. I could take the Baron, and then I could take the leaper, and then I could take the 2/2 as well, and I also have the Sewer Rat as well. So I was definitely thinking about it, like, oh, it's right there. I could have also taken the brand, as I was thinking about the brand too, but like I'm not really gonna commit, like switch to brand. The likelihood I switch to brand is like so low. Like I want to play Drek Thar. I'm not gonna like, you know, so the brand wasn't really an option, but I was like thinking about it. But I was like, oh, this Leaper. 3 people picked Tear Tiger while Demons are in. And I think Tear Tiger is like really playable with Demons are in. Kind of Elementals, but not as much, right? But I do agree, like, I mean, you got to remember, Sleepy, the last game, right? The Galakron won, right? You remember the last game the Galacron won? He picked Teal Tiger, he got a Felbat, and he just rolled everyone. So there's a lot of players in the back of their mind thinking, oh, Teal Tiger just won a qualifier game. So it's in the back of their minds like, oh yeah, maybe that it's actually decent. So yeah, so that's what happened. The Galacron picked Teal Tiger, got a Felbat, destroyed everyone. So maybe that's why people were taking it. They were just like very influenced in the last lobby. But I do agree, like Teal Tiger's like not super great, but demons are in, so whatever. I can see it. So here I take the Baron, and I'm like, do I lock this? Stupid card. I don't like Leapers if you don't have a golden Baron. Like, so if you have stolen gold, this is amazing. But like, I didn't have it. I was thinking, maybe I'll just like get the Baron and then I'll like look for a Buster. Like the Baron will give me access to Buster. But then if I roll golden Baron, then I'll add in Leapers. I'll get the golden Baron first. I'll get the Leaper. So I buy the Baron, and I skip the Leapers. I could see going Leapers. Honestly, I could see it, but I've been burned too much with Leapers. So often I go Leapers and I just get burned. And I'm just like not that happy with it. So I was fine with skipping it. I think this fight worked out decently for us, right? Because he loses the Reborn here. And then that went into my other minion. And then right? And then 7 HP, right? Kind of nice. So I think this fight could have been a lot worse, because then we end up killing the Mama Bear as well. And you can see the Drektar is doing some work here. So also here, oh yeah, and then I was like, that's such a good fight for us, right? We heal for. We could have taken 15. This could have been a 15 damage fight. We're only taking 9. Very, very. Very nice. 2 people are dead. So I was like, okay, 2 people are dead. I'm like, but the problem is I need to be first or second, but mostly first, right? So like I'm not safe, right? Like even this doesn't it doesn't feel that good. I was like, I need to find a way to win. I can't just stay on 5, do nothing. I need to find a way to win the lobby. So I'm like, okay, level roll for Buster, level roll. If I hit triple Baron, then maybe we'll go back to Leapers. But I'm like, okay, Buster, let me see, can I find one? Nothing here. I was thinking about the cleave, right? But I had to sell 2 and I didn't want to sell 2. Essentially that was it, and I would rather just roll for Buster. So did nothing this turn, but it's hopefully fine. The opponent had Beasts. I was so worried about this comp because there were a lot of Beast players, and my comp it's not a Beast counter, right? Oh dude, look, oh my god, look at my positioning here, and then like look at his board. He's 4 beasts, right? He's 4 beasts, right? I think you're totally justified to not move your token, not move this up, but it's Curator Mexer in. I mean, he can get Poison Amalgam like that, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to do this. And I got so rewarded. I was like, oh, so rewarded here. Because imagine I don't do that. My poisons just go into their shields and I lose my minions and I take damage here. It's so bad for us. So like some games I played bad, but this was not one of them. Where I actually thought about, I need to make sure I'm playing, because like if you look at their board, it's not like that clear that you need to have a bumper here. It's 4 beasts, like, oh yeah, likely you don't have a bumper. But because of that, I deal 20 something to them. Instead of like taking damage here, I could have easily taken damage here. Like, but that positioning is everything there. Keeps me healthy. I'm at 28, super healthy here. Very important that I move the token up to deal with that position. So very happy about that. I was thinking about the selfless here, but I was like, I was kind of like in my mind hard thinking about Baron, or not Baron, but Buster. Hard thinking about Buster, because like, okay, if I get Buster, then I can make a comp that wins. Because the problem is I need to win the lobby, so I can't just like casually do nothing. And I was looking at everyone's board. Everyone's beasts. if you look here, or if when I looked here, everyone's beast. So if I'm going Murloc Scam, it just won't work. Like Murloc Scam's not gonna beat beast. Was I not afraid of Cleaves like Hydra? I was kind of. I actually think about it, but I don't want the Baron in the back because like they're not always gonna have a cleave, and Baron earlier lets you, like, your death rattles will proc and you'll get extra value that way. But if I cleave, I actually want them to cleave the Baron because the Baron doesn't actually do anything in this comp. This Baron is like fake. It's not actually valuable, but it's just there. So I end up rolling. I find another Mantid, and I'm thinking, okay, I mean, I have nothing else to do. I guess I'll go Mantid. I was actually thinking about double selling here, right? I was thinking about selling this, but I actually can't because it's a beast. It's a type, so. If I'm running double Manta, I have to keep my type. So I'd have to sell the Baron, sell one of my mechs. So I was thinking about that, but I was like, is that even better? Like I'm losing at 2011 just to get like a poison. I do think it's probably better this fight, but I also recognize that everyone else is beasts. So the Manta is not like super duper premium in a lot of matchups. It's good in this one. In this matchup, they don't have a lot of stuff, but in the other matchups it's not. I was a little bit confused about this. Like he just has like this 4/4 being golden, but I guess like he has nothing else to do, right? But it's such a weird comp for stolen gold, right? You're running stolen gold and this is your comp, and I'm just like, why is this comp? I do think if I went for the Mantid, I have a good chance of winning this fight, but I didn't, so end up not winning this fight. But luckily for us, I think our 4/4 goes here, and then so that's another good fight, right? Like I could have taken 15 in a previous fight instead of 9. I could have taken like an extra like 4 damage here, right? So I could be like under 10 if the fights were less favorable for me. So a little bit rough there, but I mean, no, good for us here. So here's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's beast. Like I got too burned by that zap game in the previous one with the zap. I'm really like trying to think about like, how do I deal with these beast comps? He's running stolen gold parcel, which is basically leapers. That is the perfect leaper quest to have if you're playing this hero. It's like, it's so strong. So I'm thinking, okay, I can run blaster, blast off the leapers, and then maybe I can win this fight or something. And then it just means that the Mantid is like not useful because I'm gonna blow up my Mantid. So I'm just like, this Mantid's not actually that good in this fight. So I'm just like, what do I do here? So I end up going for the blaster. Roll it down. I see this Goldrin, but Goldrin is too late. Now I can't really do that. So I think I end up selling. Yeah, I sell something. I don't know if I sell that one. Okay, I guess I do. I sell that one to get the blaster down, and I freeze the Uther just because it's it's a 15/15, could be relevant. So here the big problem with the blaster, it's too tanky, right? And then I have too many taunts. I have too many other taunts, and it's too tanky. If it went here, it'd actually be really good because I'd blow up the whatever the card this is, and then he wouldn't have this either. So he'd be out of targets already. It would actually be really good. I also think this fight I was super favored. I think I was super favored. I'm not super sure, but I'm pretty sure I was favored here. So end up losing because this doesn't proc early, so it kind of hurts. And then I was just like, oh, this is bad. Oh, I need to kill the Baron. I thought when I was here, I thought if I hit the Baron, they would both die and I wouldn't take this damage, but this had 4 health. So even if I hit here, I'd still be taking the 7. So this only heals me for 4. So it's not as important. Like if you take 4 extra, like it's not as important. But like if I'm at 9 or instead of 5, it doesn't matter. So I felt like, oh, I got so scammed like you here, but like realistically it didn't matter. Like even if I'm at 9, I'm still one shot from dead, so it's whatever. I just needed to win the 3/7 to die, but I had too many taunts, so it's just not likely. This never dies in the first hit, and it has to go the 1 out of 3. So I basically had 1 out of 3 to win, not that likely. Here, so here I get this roll here. I buy this, right, and I roll, and nothing here, and I roll, and I'm thinking about this roll. I'm like, ooh, there are options here. There's actually a lot of options here. Everyone's beast. Everybody in the lobby is playing beasts except for me and the demon guy, I think. But there were like 5 or 4 beast players in this lobby. So I sell my my thing. It wasn't helping me. It really wasn't. I make this 2/4 into a 15/15, right? So I'm like, okay, that could actually do something for us. And then I'm really thinking about like, I was thinking, do I want both the 2/1 and the 7/7? And I was trying to, and I was also thinking about which one do I bump, but I actually don't want more taunts. I want less taunts. So I end up pumping here. And this is also the bigger minion. So it also makes sense to just have a bigger threat. But also you if you're trying to beat the Naturus, you want less taunts. So didn't really make sense to put it on that one. That would have been a mistake there if I did that, which I could have done if I wasn't like thinking. But I was thinking, do I want both? But then I realized I couldn't do that. I couldn't get both. And I did want to play both of the Mantids. So I sell here, and I end up selling the Baron, right? Because this Baron's been in my board. It's done nothing. It's really not done much for us. Like I've been holding it like in case I get like Golden Baron or Buster or some kind of composition where I could go like Zodium X. But I haven't hit a Buster. I haven't hit Barons. It does nothing for us. And so I was like, okay, get the Zap. Wasn't it better to have a 15/15 Zap there? Maybe. I didn't think about that at all, to be honest. I didn't think about making a 15/15 Zap. But maybe. Like the problem with buffing Zaps is it's either perfect damage or they're too far away. Like because of the way Paracel works, if they have a Paracel and they have it on Baron, that thing's gonna be over 30 health. It's gonna be like a 152 or something like that. You know, so like if you try to buff the Baron the buff the Zap to deal with the Baron, like it's just too far away. Or they have no Paracel and it's like 7 damage perfect, or they have Stolen Gold and it's like a 214 and it's still perfect. Right? So Zap either works or it's like because of the quest Paracel, it's too large. So you don't really have that like perfect breakpoint where you're like, oh, it's like 24 health. I can buff my Zap and now it kills it. Like the next turn, they get 8 health and it's at 32 and now it's out. You know, like so it doesn't work. But yeah, I think I could have considered that. I didn't consider it at all, but that's something to consider. I think that's fair. But I did want the Zap though, just to deal with the Baron, like with the Beast player, because I Zap against Beast players usually do some work here, and it was so good here. Like this Zap was crazy good here, right? I was just like, okay, maybe it kills something randomly, and it's like it helps. It's so important here. Like luckily this thing has 6 attacks, it has 5, right? So I kill the Mama Bear and the Reborn of the Mama Bear. That's so necessary. If that Mama Bear was alive, I die here. Right, he just gets too many stats. His board's too big, so I needed that Zap. If I didn't buy that Zap, I'm dead here. If I die here, I don't make Lobby Legends. So buying that Zap, like, you know, I've made a couple bad decisions during this course of the run, but I also made some critical important plays that, you know, you sometimes forget to do. And if you just forget, you lose the game. That Zap is very, very important there. So It wins that fight single-handedly. Same thing as that last game, right? Like that last game on the Sneeds. If I bought the Zap, I also win that fight, and I have an extra point or 2, right? So I don't have to like try hard this this game as well. But this is the position I put myself in, and I had to win or top two. So here I get top two. I was like, okay, I might still not make Lobby Legends. I might still not make Lobby Legends, because if this person is one of the other 4 players that are tied with me, then they get in 4th spot and I get in 5th spot. So I'm just like, oh, I hope this isn't the guy, this is the guy or one of the guys that were tied with me, because that would be such a way to go. Like, I've really scrapped this game. I really scrapped really hard this game, but the guy just high rolled Soul and Gold with Paracel Leaper Com, and he wins the lobby. Like, it would have been really sad. What minion did Reno use hero power? No idea. I didn't fight him. Did I even fight him this whole game? No idea if I fought him this whole game. Yeah, I have no idea if I fought the Reno at all. I fought him early. Oh, I fought him here. Oh, probably hero powered this card. Probably hero powered the King Crush or the Little Crush, the Baby Crush. That's probably accurate, right? Because that's the only way you get this board this turn. So hero powered the Baby Crush, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's skip. We skip. Does he still have King Crush? He still has the King Crush. He kept it. He kept it, guys. But yeah, so here I go for I know he's running Leapers, right? So one good way to counter Leapers, if you have the setup, is to go Blaster Baron, right? And you blow up all their Leapers, all their Leaper pieces before they get a chance to scale. So that's and you can do that with every, like, these 2 pieces are always in the game. So if they're playing Leapers and they're not huge, you can always look for those pieces to kind of counteract it. So, like, Leapers feel unbeatable, but there are some answers. So it's not as, like, initially I was like, Leapers are really, really unfortunate. But okay, but see here I'm looking at my board, and the problem last time was that I had too many taunts. So these end up their Leaper ends up going into these, and then they get too big, and then it won't blow up even if the blaster dies. So I go for selling my big taunts and my taunted Mithrax or Mantid, to try to, like, make it 50-50 now, right? So it's 50-50 now instead of 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, to try to have a chance at least. So that was my thought process there. I think it makes sense. I actually had a chance to win. It was like 20% or something for the win, and like 3% lethal. So I actually could have won. But I could have actually won the fight, and then with the extra turn, I could have, like, maybe found another blaster or something. So I actually had a chance here. Like, this wasn't, like, unlosable for him. Like, I actually could have maybe won. But the one issue there, right, is you see this minion goes into that, right? I thought I actually tied or won the fight, but this minion doesn't. So maybe if I swapped the positionings, but I don't think I would have swapped the positioning. I wasn't, like, thinking that ahead, like, in this fight, like, oh, I might need to do that, but, like, maybe, but that's not important. Either way, my minion wasn't big enough, and he ends up with a single token that I can't deal with, so he ends up winning that fight there. And, good for him. So I was just like, it'd be so sad if I don't make it, because I really worked hard this game to get this 2nd place with Tiny Henchman, Drek Thar Gaming. Like, I worked really hard for the 2nd place, and if this wasn't enough, I'd be really sad. But I looked at it. The person who won was already, like, qualified basically, so I didn't, like, he didn't screw me. You know what I mean? Like, him winning didn't mess with me. I think who got first was Sleepy. Yeah, that was Sleepy. Yeah, so Sleepy got that first there, and grabs in. You know, it's funny. We both tied. We have the same points, me and him. You actually did get scammed when you took 4 extra damage. Yeah, well, it's fine. I've made it. I made it in, so I don't really care. All too much. Like I know there are some times where I'll play well and I won't make it, and then sometimes I'll have some bad games, because I would say I had like 2 poor games, and then I had 2 like really good games. Like the final games of every round was really well executed for me. And then the first games were like kind of like wishy-washy, I would say. Maybe not played well, but like not like atrocious like the second ones. So I had some good games, some bad games, right? But that doesn't mean I shouldn't qualify. It doesn't mean I will qualify, right? It just means like, oh, these are things happen, and the results this time out of like the last 5 you're qualifying finally, you know. So happy about that. But I'm late to work. Sorry about that. Congratulations on making a lot of those. I'm so thankful. I'm like, I'd like to thank Shady. I'd like to thank the stream. I'd like to thank the viewers that believed in me. I'd like to thank all the people that cheered me on, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's so annoying, at least in my head. Like, you do all this work to make it to the qualifiers, and then you play 3 games, and then you have a poor showing, and you're out. Like, all the work for the month is kind of out. And it's weird because initially there was no qualifier, but then again, because there was no qualifier, you didn't actually have to like grind to top 16. You know, whether you're top 16 or not didn't really matter. So you could like kind of chill. But now like everyone's like try harding, and you know like the games are like slightly harder, and you'll see more like Lobby Legends players and stuff like that. So it is rough to like, you know, try and, you know, get there, and then like you play 3 games and like, oh, you got poor heroes, and then you're out, right? I would love for there to be more games, but the logistics of it is hard, right? Like like even we play 6 games. If you make it the second round, you play 6 games, right? And that takes like 3.5 to 4 hours, right? Like and there's like 6 lobbies, and you have different like people leading every lobby. Like it's a lot of effort to do it. And if you made it longer, if you made like 5 games, right? Like instead of 4 hours, it'd be like 6 hours, right? And that's just like, that's so much. Like it's so much time. I don't even know if you can really make it longer without like messing it up. Like you'd have to make it on different days. You know what I mean? Like that. You know, you'd have to do like the first set on one day and the second set on another day. But then again, that means you're basically paying the people double, right? Because then you have to set up for 2 different days, where you're paying the people that run the lobbies and stuff. So like that's just, it's not that feasible. So I don't know really if there's a better system with this current like setup and like budget. But it does feel bad. Like regardless, it does feel bad to just play 3 games, and then you like, it's very easy to like low roll 3 games, like, you know, like just in a day. Like it's so you're not always getting like exactly the best people, but you're usually getting like qualified enough players. Like that's the thing, like top 16, and then these people, it's usually qualified enough players. So it's hard to like argue like that you're not getting good representatives. I would say you are. Like all the people that have qualified for Lobby Legends, I think they're all good. So it's hard to argue that. It just feels bad. Like it's not like the fairest system where like you're gonna get the, you know, the people that 100% deserve it. Like, but like you're never getting that really. So it is what it is, and it's fine. And it just feels bad if you don't make it. I would say. So yeah, those were my games, guys, and they were fun. I mean, they weren't fun, I would say. Some of them were fun. Some of them weren't as fun. Okay, so when I saw this, I was like, oh, did Beater win? And I was like, oh, if Beater won, then I made it. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. but he actually got third. So Sleepy was the one who won. So he just he just kind of scared me there. But yeah, all the people that needed to overtake me didn't, except for Sleepy. But he ended up having the exact same points as me. So like it actually worked out. Like, but then again, even if he passed me, I'd still make it in. So it would have been fine. But yeah, that was the games, guys. That was and I've not slept today, really. I've slept like 2 hours, which it's not enough, right? No one's gonna tell me that's enough time. What was the reason for the players to not have their names displayed? They don't have their names displayed so that you can't like cooperate is the theory. Like, cooperate, but like realistically that doesn't stop cooperation. If people wanted to cooperate, you could still like just not care and like message each other or whatever. Like, it's kind of weird, honestly. Like the idea behind it is like kind of justifiable, but like you can't really prevent people from cooperating if they really wanted to. You just kind of have to hope the players are honorable and just don't cooperate, essentially. But that's the idea behind it. Tell me when this Lobby Legends is. This one, I don't know. I think it's like September the 22nd or 23rd. Yeah, so probably 23rd, 24th, I think. Or 24th, 25th. Because it's usually like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or like one of the three. So in like 2 weeks, which is actually pretty soon. So I do need to practice because I don't feel like super confident about this patch right now. Like I wouldn't say I'm like, ooh, wow, I know what's going on in this patch. Don't really believe that, so we'll see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but don't worry, Chow will help you. Yeah, I mean, I'll let you know some other time. I'll let you know some other time. But it was fun ish. I mean, I'm only saying that because I made it in. If I didn't make it in, I'd be mad, sleeping, not happy today. Now I'm gonna have a chip on my step probably. Copium. What if I'm just so soulless? I don't have any emotion. I don't care. Heavy hands. Maybe one day. Maybe not. Hopefully not. But yeah, I'm pep in my step is better than a chip on my shoulder. I don't know. I'm kind of done for the day. I don't know if you guys have anything else. I don't know if I want to play more. I'm tired. I don't think I'll be playing that well. And I'm probably not coming back today. Like even if I sleep, it takes me like a day to recover from weird sleep schedules. So I'm just probably gonna be tired all tomorrow, unfortunately. But I think it'll be fine. So maybe like the day after. I might stream tomorrow, but if not, the day after, and we'll see where we go from there. But you invite people if you want to. I mean, is that a good play on your end? I don't know. But you can do what you like. Right on time. Oh, you're back. Are you back, Shay? I can call you again. I'm probably ending if you got any final things to say. Congratulations on the game. Also, like the Shady Bunny poster. It's not a poster, it's a sign. We got the sign from playing in the Tice's tournament. So Tice had like a qualifier tournament, and two NA players were invited just because the EU players dropped out. It was supposed to be all EU. I got invited, Lee got invited, and it was like 24 players. 8 were making it to the finals. Me and Lee both made it in. NA dominance. That's all I'm saying. But because of that, we got to play at TwitchCon EU. So I flew over there, got to meet Shady, got to play with them in the tournament, and they gave us the signs for the tournament at the end. And I was like, ooh, nice Educatedcollins sign. And Shady's like, ooh, a nice Shady Bunny sign. And I went back to his house, and I was like, what if we just swap the signs? What if I just have your sign in the background of my stream? And I was like, I like that idea. And I took it. And he had no choice, but he liked it too. So it wasn't a hard sell. And now I have the sign. Every time I look back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that. That did happen. I did, It was good. I'm good, man. Nothing to add, but you can come if you like. Well, sign us off. You should highlight this and make a command. I should. Someone clip it and then make a command. You can actually do that yourself if you want, or anyone really could do it.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Shady. How you doing?
All right.
Just have you eaten? Well, I'm finished talking about my games. I'm done. I feel okay. I'm tired though. I slept like 2-3 hours maybe. But
so is your schedule gonna be all messed up? Or
yes, it will. At least for a day. It takes me like a day to recover anytime I do this. So yeah,
like you mean schedule recover, or you'll just be tired?
I'll be tired. That's what I mean. Like,
okay, yeah.
All day tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's that.
It's worth it. I agree.
Yeah, because for other people, they do this and then they're like, well, now I'm just waking up late, and then my schedule's ruined for a week or something or longer.
Yeah, no, right? it takes me like a day.
Yeah, you just take the L for a day. You're tired, and then you're back on schedule.
Yeah, I'm back on schedule. Yeah,
that's the way to do it. I like it.
But
well, not much to add, right? As I said, just congrats again. I was very happy to see that you made it. I'm also very happy to see that I made it, dude. We have that in common. Excellent. Yeah. I'm so tired, dude. I'm so tired of playing and losing. I'm so tired of it. Yeah, losing these 15%ers. Though this tournament is probably the least confident I've been, I would say. Yeah, just because you were away and you hadn't been able to practice. No, it's like the whole month. Like this last month is the only time I haven't qualified for the qualifiers, right? Right. And I lost like 2K MMR in like a week. Like how completely new meta though, right? So no, but that was exactly right. So I'm thinking that it's just a residual of like the feeling of last month, and it hasn't like translated into this month, right? Like, but I still have that feeling of like I'm playing really bad from last month, just where I threw so many games, dude. I couldn't win a lobby to save my life, like, and I still didn't win a single lobby either. I got 2 seconds though, but I feel like that's not the way to go, man. Like I think if you win a lobby in Lobby Legends, it's because you had like you high rolled. I agree. Yeah, because you're fighting such strong people, you can't just be like, oh, I'll just play for first. Yeah, I know, but I want to high roll, Shady. That's got very little to do with you, right? I know. That is really like, did you have the cards? Dude, were the options there? I had the craziest game yesterday. I played Sir Denatrius. The first quest was Snicker Snacks. Play 3 battle cries, right? Yeah, they did make that. We did read the patch notes, right? It was easier for sure. I got a double alley cat. Oh wow, yeah. And so you just made triple after triple after triple. Yeah, and it worked so beautifully. Okay, so first triple I went for a 3, right?
and I got
Khadgar.
Bird Buddy.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So it's like double alley cat hyena Bird
You're
Buddy.
not even losing.
I don't lose, and then I just have like 2 triples in my hand, and then I roll a alley cat.
So the way how it happens, like it goes off at the end of the turn, and you go into combat with a bunch of tokens, and then they combine. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah,
it's so broken. It's so good. So and then so I just level. I just straight up level.
Of course.
Turn 8, or no. Turn 8 gold. 8 gold. Right.
Turn 6. Yeah.
Turn 6. I level to 5. I play my alley cat token triple. I have to choose. I pick a Tissa or whatever. I play my second one. I hit a Tissa. I was like, okay, I have a comp now. I buy the alley cat. I play that. I triple that. I choose it. I hit another Tissa. I played it, tripled a Tissa. I hit Orgazo.
This is all happening on 8 gold.
8 gold, yep. So
yeah, that's Shudderwock when he's having an extremely good game.
Yeah, so 8 gold.
It makes sense because you're making a bunch of alley cat triples.
I'm just Shudderwock.
You're Shudderwock. You're actually Shudderwock. Next thing, we're gonna have Snicker Snacks disabled when alley cat is in.
It's so messed up because like Dog's in that game, like Victor's in that game, like Audreg is in that game. I'm just like,
no, that is so good because that's something to look out for, right? If you're playing Denathrius and Snicker Snack is being offered and beasts are in, you're like, oh, I'm a Shudderwock now. I'm gonna roll it down. I wouldn't think of that, so it's great that you tell me. Because that's what you do, right? You start rolling. You start rolling.
It was the stupidest game I've played, and I've had some stupid games in this patch, but that game was like, damn! The game's over.
I mean, look at it. You're Shudderwock. You're actually you're Shudderwock, and you rolled 4 alley cats or 3 alley cats, right?
I just needed 2. Right?
Because but I mean, like if you're a Shudderwock and you would have rolled 3 alley cats, you would have gotten Tissa, triple Orgazoa. So it's like you're a Shudderwock that rolled 3 cats.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good.
It's so strong. I was like, damn, dude. And it's just me because all the like high level lobby players are in the lobby. I'm just like, hey guys, I'm just winning this one. You guys can scoot up. You can scoot up to the next lobby. I took it, dude.
It'll be like fight amongst yourselves for seconds.
Dog actually did kind of put up a threat. He beat me once, and I was like, okay, I will try.
Did he make poison minions match?
He actually went like he had stolen gold, and he had Macaw, Goldrun, Baron, and the Selfless, and the Selfless was like the annoying thing where everything just had divine shield.
For sure. But it's finite, right? That's not.
And he only won that one fight, and I was like, all right, you know what, dog? Never again.
Right. Let me not end on 2 useless minions. All right, good shit, man.
Yeah. But other than that, it's been good. So, I can sleep in peace. Feels okay.
You earned it.
I have, Shady. After 4 attempts, I was actually getting annoyed because like, if I'm average, I should get in like every 4 qualifiers theoretically, right?
Sample size of 1 person.
Yeah, I know, but like,
don't do that to yourself, like ever. Don't be like, oh my god, this one is the one, right? Mathematically, no, it's not the one.
I was like, well, like I should get in every 4 on average, I just have to be average skill level. If I'm better than average,
what are you gonna do, right? Like next time you qualify, like, oh no, I'm over the quota. That's
no. Then you're like, I'm doing pretty well. Like I'm
average skill, baby. I want it.
Hell yeah, like yes. I mean, for sure.
This is how math works.
But that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I've played 4 in a row and I didn't make it. So.
I've only qualified 4 times in a row with the top 48 of the world. This is so bad.
Yep.
I feel you. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I think. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm 3-0 right now, right? So or 0-3, which means
the next time. Next time you're there, Copium, you got it.
opium, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works, chat.
That's how it works, chat.
I just got unlucky that my 25% was all the way in the back, right? So that's okay.
That's how it. We're memeing, but I'm kind of not. But yeah.
I'm definitely memeing.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's it. Kind of done.
Yep.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Shady, for listening to me whine for 4 months.
Oh, like that.
I mean,
I didn't qualify for double legends again, Shady. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like second page of the ladder, like, yeah, that's terrible, Collins. I feel your pain right there, man.
So appreciate that, and I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2 days, right? If I don't feel that good. See some of y'all tomorrow. And take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I don't know. I don't know. Who are we sending you guys off to?